sectors, there's no debate. You have banks, and banks being at the receiving end of the sell-off all the way. SBI, Yes Bank, Axis Bank, ICICI Bank are the ones which are pretty much at the bottom of the heap. But Bharti Infratel, HPCL, Power Grid have also not had a great day. In fact, in fits and starts, you have Pharma as well, which is finding it hard to stay above the green line. But other than that, it's really about the banks, which is getting reflected in the PSU Bank Index, thanks to SBI and PNB, and getting reflected on the overall Bank Nifty too.
Yeah, they clearly are, because banks really have been at the deep end of the curve today. So PNB, Allahabad Bank, Bank of India, OBC, Can Bank, they've all lost. PNB to the tune of about 10.5%, to Can Bank about 6% loss coming in. Tanveer was talking about as to how the Nifty movers are just far and few. So there's a TechM, there's a Coal India, and aside of that, the big boys, the big weightage boys I should say, is only Reliance. That's the only stock which is perhaps providing that cushion to the index. 1.4% higher is how it closes in the day. SBI and Yes Bank, by the way, go home with a good 4.5% loss today. That's pretty much the case with an Axis as well. And today ICICI Bank and ONGC have been the other blue chips which have lost quite a fair bit. Disappointing to see how the market breadth has panned out, because we started off, Siddharth, quite positively, but it's well in favor of the declines and closing today.
Aisha, we just saw 81, 82 points, correction on Nifty, and the post-closing is suggesting only 39 points. So you can imagine the kind of fall which we saw in last 15-20 minutes, and especially in Bank Nifty, where we saw, almost 500 points, but the closing is 360 points down for Bank Nifty, clearly highlighting that someone has sold substantially in last half an hour or so. And that's the reason market breadth, which was earlier positive than when you reported, it was even Steven in beginning of the show, and now distorted completely in favor of declines, clearly suggesting there has been selling. I want to highlight few points over here, and especially PSU banks, and sorry for talking about banking space throughout the day today, but it's worth mentioning it. PNB 40% rise in open interest, Bank of India 38%, Oriental Bank 30%, SBI 18%. And needless to mention that these are short positions. Yes, in Bhav Copy you will see some figures change here or there, but the quantum of shorting which is taking place is higher. And one more important point, 14% rise in open interest in Bank Nifty futures. That's huge. Clearly suggesting that this is clearly shorting which is taking place, and not just in PSU names but also private sector banks have seen correction, clearly stating that this market is not moving out of this correction zone as of now, despite global cues have been bit flattish.